So let's take a look at an example here where they ask us to reflect the shape R in the line x equals 4. Now sometimes they may just give you a mirror line and there won't be any axes in the question, but in this case they're actually wanting us to create the mirror line based on the axes they've given us. Now you'll remember from the unit on straight line graphs that the line x equals 4 is that vertical line that goes through 4 on the x-axis. So if we put that in, there's our line x equals 4, and that now becomes our mirror line. So when it comes to doing a reflection, use the mirror line and where the original shape is to work out where our reflection is going to go. And the best way to do that is to look at the corners of the shapes and see how far they are away from the mirror line, and then make sure they're the same distance away in the reflection. So if we look at this first corner here, you see it's 2 squares away from the mirror line. And same for that bottom corner, it's 2 squares away from the mirror line. So that means in the reflection, the corresponding corners on our reflected triangle will also be 2 squares away from the mirror line. And once we know where those 2 corners are, we can draw in the rest of the shape, and you can see that the reflection has flipped the shape over, and our mirror line there was x equals 4. Now in this example, we're going to see how to reflect in a diagonal line of symmetry. So let's take a look here. It wants us to reflect the shape in the line y equals x. So y equals x, remember, is that diagonal line where all the coordinates are the same. So 1, 1, 2, 2, and so on. We can draw that line in, and now we can see the line in which we need to reflect in. Now, because this is a diagonal line of symmetry, we won't be able to count the exact number of squares, either vertically or horizontally. We'll look at how many diagonals each corner is away from the mirror line. So our first corner here, you see it's 3 diagonals away from the mirror line. Our next one is just the 1. That corner is 2 diagonals away, and that final corner is 4 diagonals away. So one by one, we're going to use that same distance to work out where our reflection is. So that corner that was 3 diagonals away, well, we'll draw 3 diagonals on the other side of the line, and we'll do the same for all the other corners. And you can see there, we've actually got our 4 corners on the new reflected shape, which we can then fill in like so. And there is our reflected shape. So look at the effect that reflecting in a diagonal line has. It flips it over, so it's now facing a different way to the way it was originally. Now we'll go over to look at a real example that we'll do together on reflecting a shape in a diagonal line of symmetry. The example we're going to look at now is of a reflection. Now the question asks us here, reflect shape B in the line y equals x. So this isn't either a straight horizontal or vertical line this time. You should realise that this is actually a diagonal line of reflection. So the first thing we've got to do is to actually draw in the mirror line, which is the line y equals minus x, which, if you remember from the work on straight line graphs, is this diagonal line through here. So remember, this is the line y equals minus x, and the other way would be the line y equals x. So here's our shape B, and here's our mirror line. So with our shape, we're going to count how many diagonals we are away from the line. So in this corner here, we're 1, 2, 3. So we'll be 1, 2, 3 the other side. So we can mark that with a point. This corner here, 1, 2, 3 and a half. So this one will have the half, 1, 2, 3. And then we can keep going for all the other corners of the shape until we've got all our corners plotted and we can join them up. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 away from that line. And just keep counting. And you'll start seeing the shape taking shape, for want of a better word, as we count all of our squares. And this last one, this last corner here would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away again. So you can see now we've marked on all the corners of our reflected shape. And now we need to do is to join them up with straight lines. So there we go, we've reflected our shape in the line y equals minus x. And just notice what happens when we do that diagonal reflection.